The DeepSeek model has ushered in a new era, and it is directly related to your job, your career, your profession, and innovation. I am particularly going to talk about this topic because we need to understand what changes we must bring into our lives today, how we need to change our thought processes to adopt such innovations. Before that, what is DeepSeek? In simple words, DeepSeek is an AI model developed by China, which has actually reached the level of OpenAI's GPT and has even surpassed it slightly according to the latest information. If it is at the same level, then why has so much hype been created around it? It is very important to understand this, and here, a new era begins. It's like waking up to the news that electricity, which used to cost 1 Indian rupee per unit, is now being produced at 90% less cost. It's like hearing that traveling from one country to another has become 90% cheaper, and now everyone can afford it. It's like getting free internet or high-speed internet reaching villages at no cost. What kind of innovations will emerge? What opportunities will arise? Similarly, OpenAI's ChatGPT is very powerful and has started being used in every aspect of life. Large language models were already being used in every field, but they came at a cost. Now, let me tell you about the DeepSeek R1 model. It was trained in just 2 months using only 2,000 H800 GPUs, costing $5.5 million, whereas OpenAI's models cost billions to train. Comparing $5.5 million to billions is like getting free internet or free electricity. This means NVIDIA suffered significant losses, and NVIDIA actually praised this development. NVIDIA lost approximately $500 billion in a single day, and overall, trillions of dollars were wiped out from the US. Such a massive impact has been created. But the most important reason I'm recording this video is to tell you what we need to do. Before that, let's briefly discuss why this model is better, why it was trained at such a low cost, and why its prediction speed is almost double that of GPT. This is because it uses multi-token prediction and employs 8-bit floating numbers instead of 32-bit floating numbers, saving a lot of memory. Its compression technique is also remarkable. Now, why did this innovation come about? Because the US had restricted China from accessing GPUs, creating limitations. China turned these limitations into strengths and innovated within those constraints. Now, the person who says they cannot afford GPT or has an idea but finds it unfeasible, many clients come to us with different ideas. Those ideas often get stuck because the server costs for training or fine-tuning are so high that the client cannot afford it. We have our own ideas and we're working on our products, but we couldn't afford the costs. Let me give you a recent example. Just one night before this recording, we were working on a client's project for the past few months. The accuracy was great, but we were facing challenges with response speed. We were quite troubled until the last meeting, but now we have replaced it with DeepSeek, and our speed issues have been resolved. Our costs have also come down. So what does this mean? It means that the ideas that were not being executed will now be executed. Job opportunities will emerge. The work that was not possible before is now possible, and to make it possible, you need people. The demand for people has increased. If the demand has increased and we make ourselves capable, we can benefit from that demand. Innovation will increase. Research and development work will increase. If you are a student, you can now use premium models at low cost to enhance your studies. If you are a programmer, you can take advantage of this at low cost. If you are an innovator creating ideas, you can do all of that at low cost. Innovation has been directly boosted. Those who did not have access or could not afford it now have access. Those who were not able to implement their ideas due to complications can now do so. This is a huge innovation. An expert has said that it is 45 times more efficient than OpenAI's GPT models. Now, let's understand the global impact. First, a monopoly has been broken. OpenAI was said to be open source, but it was not truly open to the world. DeepSeek has made its entire research paper public. You can search for it. It is available. They say, this is how we made it. You can make it too. If you don't have internet, you can deploy this model locally. They have not only made it open source but also eliminated the need for supercomputing power. They have made it open source and claimed that the data you provide or use is not going to China, whereas, on the other hand, the data was going to the US. They have created a fair equation. The second and biggest impact is the environmental impact, which is very positive. When you train a model using billions of dollars, consuming so many GPUs and so much power, it has a negative environmental impact. If you look back, Sam Altman has always talked about the challenges of computing power. His deal with Microsoft was also for this reason. There are many other regions facing computing challenges, power challenges, and electricity challenges. Now, when you achieve the same thing at a lower cost, the environmental impact becomes very positive. So, from an individual level to a global level, and then to an environmental level, this one innovation has changed everything. And let me tell you, this is not the end. Sometime later, news will come from somewhere else about what will happen next. Now, the US is in a race, China is in a race, and unfortunately, we are also in a race. On one side, OpenAI launched GPT. On the other side, DeepSeek R1 was launched. And in the next 24 hours, you will see how many courses we launch. You know, head-to-head competition. You will start seeing billboards saying, "This is how we do innovation." China didn't have GPUs. They had limitations. They converted their limitations into strengths and changed the world. We find our limitations, convert them into excuses, and hand them over to others while we sleep peacefully. Unfortunately, while such innovations are happening here, others are doing business elsewhere. Our business has become limited to courses. Maybe we will issue a small press release. It is an alarming situation, but regardless of what is going to happen, technology knows no boundaries. Technology knows no governments. Go, learn, innovate, prepare yourself, and tap into this international market. Take advantage of this technology. I hope that clarifies the concept. Thank you.